Valldemossa. You might not have heard of it. It's getting a bit of a reputation for being seriously pretty. But is it just a tourist trap? Well, I'm heading there now to find out. I'm Ronnie, and my travel style can be a little intense. I like to see it all, do it all, and experience everything that a place has to offer. So if you're up for a really immersive travel experience, you're in the right place. First impressions? Yeah, it's pretty.
So this is Valldemossa on the west coast of Mallorca in the Tramuntana mountains, established by the Moors. So it's a historic town and it's pretty busy. 30 minutes from Palma by bus, €2.70 one way. It's going to be like quite a chilled, relaxed village, but I guess its proximity to Palma affects that. It's too easy to get to, so everybody comes.
So what's the best plan when you get here? Get lost. Literally just get lost. Wander.
I do think I've decreased the average age of the visitors here just by my arrival.
The town's more than just a pretty face though. See those green shutters? It's kind of a Valldemossa thing. Traditionally, green paint was the cheapest and easiest to get. They used it on fishing boats all over the island. So even up here in the mountains, that tradition probably stuck.
So there's a title on pretty much. They're speaking at Spanish volume. There was only one Spanish volume. Loud.
All of the buildings here have these little ceramic tiles.
Representing the life of Santa Catalina Thomas.
She was born in Valldemossa and she's Mallorca's only saint. Pretty big deal. People thought she was a bit eccentric, but she became a symbol of devotion.
I mean, this girl is everywhere. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit like she's doing a wee. I think it's the slow trickle. And the fact that it's coming from under her dress.
Speaking of religion, it's worth popping into the main church, the Església de Sant Bartomeu. It's been around since the 13th century, although it's been rebuilt and renovated a few times since then.
I've come into the town and walked down, away from the crowds. I think the main attraction here is the, what do you call the one where monks are? Monastery. Monk. Makes sense. So we'll go back up to that. So every year the people of Valldemossa celebrate Santa Catalina. They pick a local girl, age 6, and she gets to represent Santa Catalina in the festival. The quieter part here. So I feel like I've came here and just been walking downhill since I got here. I recognise that I'm going to have to go back up. And so I found this little bench, and this is the view from it. This is Calle de la Dragonera. Dragonera is a little island off the coast of Mallorca, but it's quite far from here. I don't really know. I guess maybe they've just named it after the island, but you can't see it from here. We're too low down. Maybe up high, maybe up in the mountains you can see it. Oh, look at this little guy.
This is the Real Cartuja. This is the main event in the town, and where most of Valdemossa's history is packed into.
What's a scary face?
It started out as a palace, but way back in the 14th century for King Sancho I of Mallorca. Mallorca was actually an independent kingdom for a while, between the 13th and the 18th centuries. The Real Cartuja was given to the Carthusian monks. Now these guys were pretty serious about silence and solitude, each in their own little cell.
Reminds me of a travel lodge. I'm not a snob. I like a Premier Inn, but travel lodges, Okay, so this one's given more Holiday Inn, maybe? Here we go. This is a Premier Inn room.
Then, in 1835, the Spanish government booted the monks out. Basically, the government needed money, so they decided to just start selling off church property that wasn't theirs. And that leads us to how Frédéric Chopin and George Sand ended up here. He was a famous Polish composer, and she was a French writer, even more famous at that time, and known for being a bit unconventional. She wore trousers and smoked cigars, and basically didn't care what people thought.
So when they lived here, George Sands wrote about their time in Mallorca, but it wasn't particularly complimentary. They didn't like the weather, too humid. They didn't like the food, too much pork. They didn't like the locals. So yeah, not exactly a love letter to Mallorca. So even though he didn't really like the place, still trying to make the most of the fact he lived here.
While you're there, check out the old pharmacy. It's one of the best preserved Carthusian pharmacies in Europe.
This reminds me of the potions room in Hogwarts, or potions class.
To visit the former palace, including a trip to the tower, it's €16.
So now I understand why they have a one-way system in this tower. There's absolutely no way you'd be able to pass someone else on this without getting very up close and personal with them. If it wasn't so hazy, you might be able to see Palma. So the tower was built to protect the town after a pirate attack. In 1563 it was finished. You can see, obviously, defensively, you're right over the valley. So it's quite fitting that in the former residence, or part of the former residence at least of Chopin, that they do regular piano concerts, which is included as part of your visit. So I presume they're going to be playing Chopin, and we're going to go back in and see that. I might have a go. I've not played the piano for a long time. I'll see if they'll let me have a go. Mary had a little one.
The gardens here are worth a wander around as well, and it's nice for a bit of quiet time. Or just, a sit down.
Pretty nice little park. Lots of big trees here. And then over here, you've got the monastery behind there. And then here, we've got the mountains. This is a nice little town. I'm glad I came here. I can say that about everywhere, to be honest, but I am. It's nice. Very pretty. Lots of history and interesting stories about the place.
So Valldemossa, definitely worth a visit. It's a charming little town, it's pretty peaceful, really photogenic, and there's loads of history, monks, composers, rebellious writers, saint. If you're looking to get away from the coast or the city of Palma for a day, and you want something more than beaches and bars, come to Valldemossa. It's a really good day out. If you want to see more content like this, then please give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It really helps. Cheers, see you soon.